bya social media. Oyinza okugenda ku Twitter @BabaTV_Uganda, official Twitter handle yaffe, oba ku personal handle za FFMB @Adam Kungu ku Twitter, @Muyanga Lutaya ku Twitter, oba ku Facebook noonya Baba Television Uganda. Baba Television Uganda. You'll see the stream. We are streaming live. Osobola okusayo kyobuuza kyoteesa oba kyowabula netambula ffenna. Teweerabira being a Wednesday. Tugenda kuba twegattibwako mukyala Salam Musumba ku ssaawa 3 ogayagaya mu bigenda mu maaso mu ggwanga. So hot cup at 9 tulina muna FDC Honorable Salam Musumba ku ssaawa 3 ez'enkya y'olunaku olwaleero. Tutandika n'olupapula lwa gavumenti olufuluma buli lunaku olw'Olungereza olwa New Vision ne Sir Simon.
Kalupapula olwa New Vision luliku n'amawulire agakoba nti government MPs okay tracking devices for all cars and borders. That means every motorcycle and every car will have a tracking device fixed to it throughout the day, which makes it possible for investigators or anyone interested to know how you moved throughout the day. Wherever you moved, if you knocked someone, the issues of running away, MP say it is now okay. I also think they are okaying this even for their own vehicles or for public service vehicles.
I hope it won't...
For all cars
yes.
and borders, which means it is now easy to tell.
Doesn't it infringe on people's privacy?
Who said people matter? So
people don't matter?
Where?
In Uganda.
When did they matter? People.
Okay. Wananchi, doesn't it infringe on the privacy of the people of this country?
So I'm wondering, yes, it may infringe on them, but who cares?
Okay, but the key line is it may infringe on their privacy.
It does, it certainly does, because in this case, we are now able to tell your whole trip. It is also possible for the wrong ones within the system to track you throughout the day and harm you at the place they want. But maybe also good in addressing crime.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it may also be a white elephant, simply, just like the cameras have been. We have cameras everywhere, but I need police to give us a statement on how much have they benefited from the cameras in trying to address crime, and tracking the culprits.
Nzijukira President Museveni bwe yali commenting ku cameras ng'ennaku z'omwezi, I think on 1st June 2021, if not 2022, bakuba amasasi was it 2021 2022? Jeno Katumba wane kisasi muwala we n'afa. President we yali commenting ku cameras yagamba nti cameras should not simply tell a story nti mumulaba wuyo uno yabadde azze. He said that is history. We want to use these cameras to avert crime, that the act of committing a crime is going on. Cameras should be able to alert security to swing into action to prevent that crime from happening. That was the president. Ngaloza nti ebyokuvangayo n'obutambi police netugamba nti omutemu wuno yazze nayimirira nakuba amasasi n'agenda. That is just one of what is expected of the cameras. But according to him, they should even be able to be used to prevent crime or to avert crime as it is happening. That we have not seen.
Then you change their name. if you call them cameras, Mr. President, by whatever technology you know, those of us who have gone to school and studied mass communication, that cameras are an element. A camera is a camera. It works to record what is happening. Otherwise, if you want a security system, an alert security system, that would be a different thing.
Yeah, but
so the camera cannot tell that you are about to commit crime unless you fit them with robot-like technology.
Yes, but he based his argument on the group of officers abatuulira
control center, master control room.
So the argument was, or the assumption was that waliwo ababeera balaba monitoring ekibuga basing on the installed cameras mu bitundu by'eggwanga ebyenjawulo.
Also he assumes nti waliwo ababeera balaba. That's what he assumes. But the truth is that while he's sleeping, they are equally sleeping. So it is you just can't take it there. Anyway, government withdraws pensions fund bill. Government here intended to create a pension scheme similar to the NSSF, but government has recalled it for revisions. 7 issues new directives on Emyoga PDM for Eka model operation with creation onabagaggawale entandikwa NADS Emyoga Youth Livelihood Project and now the parish development model. Mr. Museveni has always been vigorous in mobilizing for these social transformation, economic transformation programs. Check page 3 for his story. Carry on page 4 of the new vision. Market vendors given 2 weeks to register. Within 2 weeks, all traders, market vendors in Kampala markets must have registered with the KCCA, or else it ceases to be what they think. The affected traders and abattoirs are sent to Kudembe market, Kamosha, Kiswa, Nakawa, Zira, Chinawatapa, Namuwongo 1, Namuwongo 2, and Namuwongo 3. And then there is something called Bukoto, Busega, Kasubi, Natete, Bugolobi, Nakasero, Wandegeya, Nerufraye Chibuga, Obasite Abattoir. Those must register because government has given market vendors a 2-week ultimatum to register with KCCA in order to streamline the operations of the markets. The Minister for Kampala and Metropolitan Affairs, Hajat Minister Kabanda, announced the directive yesterday at a press conference in Kampala. Government gives universities deadline to review courses. I think the communication on these expired courses that the National Council for Education did, and the response of our public universities, and the response by our parliament really show a country that is sick in the area of communication. People have created unnecessary panic. Yes. People have vulgarized our education. We have exhibited government as an insensitive institution, but also the academic institutions as very unprepared, unready, and also say unserious, because there are those that are accepted that some of their courses had expired. And I want to be to thank our friends in the Uganda Christian University, UCU, for being honest while other universities went on the defensive, simply telling us that this is not true, ignore a rumor, ignore social media, that does not apply. The Uganda Christian University, UCU Mukono, was categorically clear. First, admitting that some of their courses had expired, but also clarifying that for those that had expired, they had not admitted any students. And agreeing that for some courses that are still valid, they have not been able to admit. And admitting that we have suspended those courses that we have applied for accreditation and it has not come through. The level of honesty, clarity, and the figures that I read in the statement by the Uganda Christian University, I think were impressive and good for a university worth called its name, because they had figures on everything.
Well, let me understand.
Here we admitted one student for this one. Yes. This one expired. This one we submitted. These ones we scrapped. These we suspended with the figures. And I want to thank your friends at Christian University.
Okay.
Mukono.
Let me understand. You being a teacher and a professional in this field, to a layman, what does a course expiring mean? I hope we are not, the media and National Council for Higher Education are not using, I hope they are not using, they're not being insensitive in using the word expired, because one wonders, nagenze mu university ne nkola degree mu mass communication. Now you wake up in the morning and say, that course is expired. Which mass communication is not taught only in Uganda, taught in Kenyan universities, it's taught in other universities across the world. Now for you to say, yours is expired, and you leave it at that. What does it mean for a course to expire?
One of the three parties was supposed to unpack the expiration of the other. Is it the National Council for Education to explain what an expired course is? Is it us, the journalists, to explain that, or the university? Because it seems that the two parties understood it very well. The National Council for Education understands what an expired course is, and so are the universities.
Okay, in the layman, does it make sense?
But in the layman's, because almost a expired.
Yes.
So
I mean, that is the layman's understanding or interpretation of this.
Yet the actual thing was that in teaching some of these courses, or if not all, there are supposed to be periodical reviews.
But besides, Sir Simon, why do we go to school? Do we go to school to study and come and get jobs? Or we even study to get knowledge? I know for a fact there are so many people that have studied up to PhD level, but when they've never looked for a job anywhere. All that took them to school is to acquire knowledge.
I think that's what.
Now, unless National Council for Higher Education is telling us that the knowledge acquired by, you know, people that have graduated in these courses was expired. There is something I don't understand.
I think
there's something I don't understand. So what is expired, for example, in the mass communication degree?
Doreen Mwesige Mpumuza yesterday teasingly told me something which I loved. Because she sent me a list of all the expired courses, or what they call expired. And then I asked her, "Gwe wasoma ki?" And then she replied, "Nze saasoma nayiga." Okuyiga, the difference. Nayiga. It's not about kusoma busomi naye kuyiga. So bwe mba nayiga ekyo kye nayiga, gwokunga nti kiri expired kimala kundaga nti gyenkitwalo kikozesa tekikola
Exactly.
naye mbanga gyekikozesa kikyakola then wongamba nti nayiga okujjanjaba ebisolo saasoma busomi nayiga okubijjanjaba era nzijanjabye ebisolo ku kyalo ne biwona era ku kyalo bampita bamanyi ng'omusawo ajjanjaba ng'okusinziira e Kampala ku malwa gammwe n'embizzi ne ku bisaala eminene omanyi tulina ekizibu kimu ekiyingiridde eggwanga lyaffe. I don't know whether people understand. We have a problem of pork and alcohol.
So ogambye njagala kufuna bulungi gwe okusinziira ku malwa n'ekiri kyoyogedde n'ekyekirala
pork and alcohol ebintu ebyo ebibiri embizzi n'omwenge bituleetedde obuzibu bw'otalabanga oli asinziira ku mbizzi ye n'omwenge gwe n'amalwa n'abajjagala. Now we want to notify you that the following courses have expired. Ninio. Nonsense. Ninio. Nonsense. Without minding about the feelings of the people, the students undertaking these courses, those who have graduated from the same courses, the universities teaching these courses, the parents paying money for their students to study these courses, but above all, the image it gives a country that has institutions well set out, institutions that run daily, whose operators are paid salaries and well facilitated to do this. I mean, I even believe that the National Council would have written individual notices to each university saying, under your category,
that would make a lot of
following
sense.
are
I agree.
Because
I agree.
It is an embarrassment. National Council of Aswad Nokswara only said,
Professor Kwakwal?
No, Uganda Christian University said that 7 of the courses listed, first, have never been taught at Uganda Christian University, but second, have never been accredited.
And now?
We have never even applied to have them, that those don't exist. So meaning that the National Council of Higher Education does not even know which courses it accredited.
Are taught in universities.
Because they say fezo tezibanga koza fe temususa.
Nyate mutuwandikira nti tuzisomesera zili expired.
Kulinga gamba Adam. Nti ewa Adam twasanzeeyo ebintu ebibbe oba twasanze Adam ine ebintu byatubanga bye twasanzeeyo mulimu n'eddagala lijjanjaba embizzi. Is that possible?
It is not possible.
Tosuubira zirunda, tozisemberera, tozogera, toyagala ziramu. Twanga kiba tekijja. Tusabye Adam bw'ata renewinga license y'ebintu ebiri mu nnyumba ye, ennyumba tugenda gigala. Mu bino amasepiki, amasowaani, entebe, ne sapuli eziri mu nnyumba ye. Sapuli z'ekikatuliki ewo ziba zirungi.
Tezirina kye zikolayo. But you see, Sir Simon, tugenda mu kuwummulako. But look at this. We are in a crisis as a country mu byenjigiriza in relation to the so-called expired courses. What surprises most, the National Council for Higher Education efuuse kyesirikidde tetunaba kulaba maanyi, because now this is a crisis that needs to be addressed. Twali balabye all over the media either making clarifications oba okukakkanya emitima gy'abantu ne image y'eggwanga.
Kinasoose okubuuza nti, do people in Uganda matter? Does anyone care about how we feel?
I thought so.
Malwa mwenge ebintu ebyo ebibiri omwenge n'embizzi kye bitukoze n'omuntu gulanga abadde mugezi bw'ati otuuka eyo yina naggwamu amalwa n'omwenge embizzi ne babeera mu pooka eyo ne babuuza nti buli kimu gye banaabe gye kinaasalirwawo embizzi amalwa wala
aba National Council for Education basinzidde ku malwa na mbizzi.
Nze simanyi babyogedde.
Katujje tutandikira awo.
Agempapula n'emikutu mugangamuka ku Baba TV. Enoni Baba TV obusoga bulayire.
Get yourself a Zuku TV decoder and satellite dish today at a low price of only 105,000 Ugandan shillings, and a Zuku decoder at only 60,000 Ugandan shillings, and enjoy your favorite movies, series, kids entertainment, music, local and international news, and lots more. Enjoy amazing packages like Zuku Smart, Zuku Smart Plus, Zuku Classic, Zuku Premium, and Zuku Asia. Get connected today. Zuku, life got better.
Mom, my bag is missing. Mom, my bag is empty.
But I packed some snacks in her bag.
Can you see that guy?
Hey kid, I have more for you from Sam's.
Sam's offers you a wide range of snacks. Sam's, taste the difference.
Baba Fama, Mutekateka Yachituda, Jiwane, Lumuka!
Mazima. Nifetwenka, abagaba bulldoze.
Nze nkimanyi.
Yachituda, Budasheri Daku, Nakunkumuka! Atasheri Paku!
Tichikugaya.
Chikumira Bumire! Arameraku, naye nochifananiriza amaliriza talogotana.
Wowe mama Tiamananga omusaadde manirenda ajja okwitanze wiwi bamaze okukopereza kubi
ekyomutindo ekyo twakifuuka ate endawulo erimu ife munda
nife endawulo era nife mutindo
Ekituda awontuuse.
siteegi tikangainga imokolo mbotama sound bongota dombo ya matumbo amatala abilasha sena bimbola security tukumbalo bambato madumbu ngabiro gwa musambo musisawe ebugembe okwingira mutwalo ate VIP emitwalo 10
Ekituda kuba jikube.
Enoni Baba TV obusoga bulayire. Again Popular n'emikutu mugangamuka ku Baba TV.
Baba TV gangamuka ekyagenda maaso nze Adam Kungu ne Simon Miyanga Lutaya mwebale abali ku Facebook balabye muri bangi. Please keep commenting, sharing your views and opinions. We shall be sampling some of them as we proceed with the show. Tuwerabira ku ssaawa 3 atugenda kwa tukutuusaako omukyala Salamu Musumba kuva mu kibiina kya FDC ate ebifa mu Butale ne walala ku ssaawa 2 beerako oberenga ensonga zitegeera ddala bulungi nnyo. Well, tukyali mu kanyomero ak'ebifulumidde mu mpapula z'amawulire n'emitimbagano era nga olupapula Olungereza olw'obwannannyini olufuluma oli lunaku nalwo
Kyali kyetaaga nga tonnalukwata owulire gano. Government to phase out politicians' ambulances.
zino ze mbadde ndabako Muhammad Segirinya MP Kawempe North
ya Namboze ya
bonna olubose balina Mukasa.
you know, the government has said it is planning to phase out all non-necessary specialized or Class A ambulances in the country. This is intended to standardize emergency medical rescue services in the country. Diana Twine, the permanent secretary of the Ministry of Health, said yesterday. She made the remarks during the National Resistance in a Manifesto Week press conference. You know, this country needs people who are serious. Unfortunately, the citizens never like those who are serious. Ugandan population loves liars, hypocrites, dishonest people for their leaders. That if you chose to be an honest person, then people look at you differently. I have seen this on myself. I have seen how people interpret things. Now, would have told members of parliament long ago that these are not ambulances. I have seen in 2 instances the first ambulances that were bought by government. There's a time that this government bought ambulances that were the double cabins, truck was Waziwanga, Ginger, Hospital, double cabin as is about disease, but there were ambulances. And then what the MPs have bought as ambulances, really, you see them everywhere, spread everywhere, but by no standards are they ambulances. So an ambulance, which is more like a first aid medical facility, cannot be what these MPs have.
I have a very different view on that. First, I want to agree with you that what we see politicians donate are actually not ambulances. They are just like any other ordinary vehicle. Because chebaita ambulance kiteko kubeera ne facilities ezikifuula ambulance. Nga bw'oyogedde nti ebanga someone was telling me it's a moving clinic. That's what someone told me. But again, Sir Simon, under the circumstances that government cannot provide ambulances mu buli kitundu kyonna eky'eggwanga, what I think these vehicles, MPs and politicians are calling ambulances, are actually vehicles brought to improvise, to fill that space that government has left. They may not necessarily have all the facilities required in an ambulance, but they are coming in to improvise. Okuyambako okujja ekyabazaala ku Health Center 3 etali ambulance ya government okutwala mu ddwaliro eddene erya government e Kayunga. Ti ambulance bw'enaaviira e Kayunga mu ddwaliro eddene General ne Adam Kungu ekyabazaala mu town, ambulance ya omubaka Simbwa esula ku Gombolola Entunda oba ku ofisi y'Entunda ejja kuba emaze okunzirusa ogenda. So I think they are not necessarily ambulances, but they are simply acting to improvise, to fill that gap that the government has left.
Emergency evacuation vehicles.
I agree. That's the point.
Emergency evacuation vehicles. And they can be a category called EEV, emergency evacuation vehicles, can be created. You understand? And you allow members of parliament to buy EEVs.
Exactly.
And parliament defines what EVs are.
So that again, emergency what?
Emergency evacuation vehicles. That's what I would call them.
Meaning?
They can simply pick you. They are, first of all, they remain elementary vehicles.
Yes.
Just vehicles at that. To only remove you from where you are, if you have an emergency, the nearest point of help, whether you're going to police, whether you're going to something. But if you must call them ambulances, an ambulance
is a different thing.
By standard, is a first point of reference for medical aid. This cannot qualify. So, but why has it taken government all this time to see that every member of parliament, if I can recall, Panado, Iganga municipality has an ambulance. David Disabili Aga of Ginger North has an ambulance. Manjeri Chebakutika, this assistant class monitor of NUP, the one Simanyi Siju is deputy what in the parliament.
Who? Deputy opposition, is that chief whip? Something like that?
Diabela chief whip.
I don't know.
This Sunuguba Waka.
See a deputy on Nambeshi?
Yes. Those two actually. Nambeshi no balinga beba okulabira ekisibo kyente bali it's like baba gamba kulabira biyumba byanko, so that Manje also the one in Nupu was doing it also has an ambulance.
Someone is bringing in the other issue of tuk-tuk. That government recently launched some tuk-tuk also for, I don't know whether.
Imagine.
I don't know whether they were meant to move drugs.
Chichi.
But did you see government launch them?
Tukutuku. Come on, God.
Yeah?
Tukutukus.
Hey, I saw them being launched the other day.
So after you launching tukutukus, where to get your dust?
That's what some MPs telling me here, that you want us. But I think the point is in what you have said. These are tukutukus. They've not been named as.
They are not ambulances, yes. An ambulance is a different thing.
Yes, so ababaka ba parliament bannabyabufuzi baleke kulimbalimba
tebalina ambulances.
Exactly.
No one has an ambulance. No. Bayina, that's emergency evacuation. That if I have an emergency, I need to move from this place to another. So they are providing that maybe emergency transport to the sick, and theirs are not even to the sick. Batekamu abafu ne babaddusa. Batekamu abalwadde ne babaddusa. Batekamu amanda ne bagaddusa. Batekamu ba girlfriend baabwe ne badduka mu lodge. So zote ziliko specialty, zikola everything, but a medical ambulance, as by definition, is even supposed to have a medical attendant within there. It's supposed to have omusayi ogusookerwako, amazzi agasookerwako, that while you drive it, somebody by administering some kind of first aid that's sufficient to drive this person from point A to a point of better medical care. We do not have these ones. We do not have these ones. That's why what government ambulances. Na government ya wano kichwalire bangiro lyonna okukiraba nti bulijjo ekola kikyamu. So now I see a story, government intends to phase out politicians' ambulances. Me, I would believe that any member of parliament who wants to buy an ambulance, we can create the National Ambulance Services Fund. Omutemwa ngabula gwe NSSF. Ntuga nti mu mutemwa guno gugenda kwera gwa kugulira gwanga ambulance services. You understand? And then we create a national ambulances management maybe authority, like you want to create authorities or something. And what the MP can do is to make a contribution towards this fund. And we know that member of parliament yawaddeyo sente $1,500,000 towards the National Ambulance Services Fund to be able to help buy ambulances. Then collectively, the Ministry of Health can even negotiate better or lower supply prices for these ambulances, have them standardized, all look alike with the same facilities, and then distribute them according to need.
Okay, that I agree, and but again, I think what is needed to be done, in my view, is first of all to set the standard. What should be the definition of an ambulance? So for anything to be called an ambulance, this is the standard. It must have A, B, C, D, and has to be approved by whatever authority or ministry is concerned. But I don't want government, in my view, I wouldn't wish to see government saying, we are planning to phase out this, and so they shouldn't
phase them out. They should phase them out.
What they need to do, in my view, is to make it very clear that those are not ambulances, and they
are not,
and they should not be even named so, branded so, but instead bazitume ekirala naye tebagamba nti tezibeerawo kubanga ziyina abantu beziyamba. Sir Simon, they help. So tozigoba bugobi nti mugende kubanga toyina alternative gyotaddewo. Okola ki? Muzitume ekirala nga bwogambye you've suggested emergency evacuation what?
Vehicles.
Call them so. Zisigale nga zikola kizibadde zikola naye nga temwerimbika mu kuziyita ambulance.
But you can also have a national ambulances scheme. You understand? Where that's different now. That whoever wants to have an ambulance, either you go there to pick standards, or you simply contribute to that people and they are able to fund. I think the same way the Museveni government is doing for PDM. You are not buying seeds. They have been using a method of buying seeds and farm implements for farmers to distribute to them. Now they realize that does not work, because I told you how they took coffee seedlings to Bulamoji and people threw them away. So what you do now, you give the parish money so that the parish itself plans for how they are going to run their own affairs. Similarly, the issue of not every MP should buy what they call is an ambulance for themselves. It does not work.
Thank you. Daily Monitor. Bweguti bweguli era nabo bakyali ku expired courses. How expired degrees have broken dreams. Are they expired degrees or expired courses?
That's what those people wanted.
So why this confusion? So are they the degrees that are expired, the papers, or what is taught that is expired? Because now it's becoming tricky.
It's about review and update your course.
That's the point.
Review and update your course. So it would have been that many courses being taught in universities are due for review. Due for review. So we would be trading that word as due for review as opposed to expired. Due for review. And then you write to individual at this university and say, I think your course ABCD needs reviews. What are you teaching? Some of them, but the word expired has caused panic.
Can you assume that statement here, National Council for Higher Education, yabadde leaked mu mawulire? Because I assume nti balina internal communication. There's that communication between...
Who is their communications officer?
I even don't know. I anticipate that there is communication between National Council for Higher Education and the universities it supervises. I assume so.
So I expect you would have been doing written to these people or even call them for a meeting.
I mean,
call every vice chancellor and say, we have this. They would have even agreed on how to communicate it.
So they are now communicating in the media. I saw a long list yesterday.
They have already
you were reading.
I can tell you the panic, the vulgarization, what can I call it?
But you could tell Bobby. That's the point.
Ekintu bakinyeiremu kiri awo kichuti tobitegeera buli muntu ali kuweereza mwine muyanga bulidde weraganga awo kumbe byewasoma byavundaira weraganga awo byewasoma bikaire